Hey guys, so end of day 4 SWAT school. I'll actually recap mostly day 3. Too tired to do it yesterday because we spent 17 hours there. Did a lot of cool stuff yesterday. I mean, take a look at my boots, my pants, uh, outside waistband when I switched to appendix over, a year ago. Very interesting stuff. Boy, it's tough, especially 44-year-old with lupus that's been out of shape since COVID 1984 new NWO took over. Yeah, so I should have been in better shape. But yesterday's shooting did really good. Went out to the range and I got 2 targets looking really good. There was a technique I've never really practiced before to punch out with the right lead, like a lunge punch, right hand and right foot at the same time. The only shot I missed, everything else was really pretty good, but I did miss one shot because I wanted to see one time at the 45. Can't like that with that technique if that would work for me point shooting wise without using the sights or optic at all. So, um, yeah, I did get one miss, but the other target was good, and I mean most of it was centered. And we were doing some crazy stuff, and the shots that you see misses, that's because we were doing some pretty really advanced stuff. Later in the afternoon, guys, later in the afternoon, it was pretty intense. Did the barrel run, but not just the typical walk forward, left, right, backwards. We did all that. I had to learn how to like walk backwards better, dragging my toes for trip hazards, which instructors came out trying to trip us every which way, walking right in front of us, shooting guns at our feet, and all kinds of craziness. And so, having done some USPSA competitions and stuff, seeing guys downrange and walking with you and then trying to like almost get in your way. I mean, they talk about stress inoculation. That's what it's about, is stress inoculation and also trigger discipline, because they're tripping you. I mean, live rounds, and then eventually we got 2 people and eventually 4 people out there crisscrossing, bumping into each other, crossing front, back, everything. So everything's about boom, back in a stool and snapping back out really fast. I didn't snap out quite fast enough, but I'm like, I'm not going to be that guy today that makes the boo boo that never goes away. So, but overall, I did very good. My accuracies was very good. So my shooting was good. SWAT school, very difficult. Difficult on everybody, and difficult especially if you're older and you have some issues. My body is sore all over. This morning I could barely talk. I'm kind of okay now. Like yesterday was horrible. I mean, my knees are killing me. My MCLs are killing me. My right ankle is completely swollen up. My right hand is completely swollen up. Um, doing push-ups on sharp rocks all the time. That's not awesome because I always have swelled up ligaments anyway in this hand. So I hope that this will recover the inflammation eventually. But anyway, it's tough, and learning when you've only thought of things solo about clearing houses and stuff. Learning to work as a team for a guy that never even went through academies and things like that, or worked as a team before. That's very difficult. To work in a large team anyway. Let's put it that way. So, um, props to everybody out there doing it. I don't know if this will be a separate video or at the end. I don't know if I'll do a separate wrap up tomorrow. Don't know how I'm going to edit everything together. Look at my interview with longtime instructor, uh, Lieutenant David. Got about a 15-minute interview. It's very good, guys. Listen to these people and some of the stuff they've gone through. I also today um, witnessed some footage of worst case scenario. I want to be vague about it just to make sure not getting anyone in trouble. But witness, and that's pretty much an in-house thing only. Witness some, disturbing footage of a cop or even a civilian's worst case scenario where a lot of firepower and a lot of rounds and people trying to ambush you coming your way. And, you know, just trying to murder and putting that into people's heads because of, well, bad people doing bad things, bad companies trying to do bad things because the money they take from really, really bad people and really, really bad countries overall, the ones that the government that runs it. So hopefully you get what I mean. Obviously, I have to be careful nowadays because apparently this isn't America and we don't have a First Amendment anymore. We don't have a Fourth Amendment barely anymore. We don't have a Second Amendment. They're trying to get rid of it. But I digress. No matter what you feel about some police officers, and the department, one of the departments I've been working with this week, gave me my first ticket in over 10 years, and apparently, you know, it's going to be a lot of points. I'm not so happy about that. I'm not so happy about that. But if someone was trying to, you know, stab me, stab my daughter, stab someone, shoot me, kill me, active shooter, someone going crazy with an AK, or whatever the situation is, you need good men willing to do bad things. You need good men willing to do violence to save other good people. You just do. Like, people, the media is now trying to make you think like these people are so innocent. That's not the case. When the stuff you hear about, these are multiple felons. Look at their background, multiple violent felonies. Okay, those people shouldn't be sharing the streets with us, one way or the other. They shouldn't be sharing the streets with us. So absolutely, SWAT's been a very interesting experience. I want to thank Lieutenant David for letting me do as much as I've done. I wish my body would hold out a little bit better on some of this stuff, you know, but it is what it is. And certainly, anyone planning to go, you better have your marksmanship fundamentals down. You better be in better shape, and I should have been, but it's just the way it is with all my injuries beaten up from MMA and everything else over the years. I mean, my back has already, you know, I went to Jiu-jitsu twice, and I mean, I couldn't move for like 5 days after the second time. So, I mean, I'm still trying to do what I can. And, you know, I got a seminar coming up in Texas, it looks like. So I'll be doing a seminar in Texas, both a combatives seminar with a lot of law enforcement and military people on a Saturday and early July. And then doing a like catch-jitsu, catch wrestling, no-gi, jiu-jitsu seminar on Sunday near Killeen, Texas. So if you're interested in that, guys, hit me up on, you know, YouTube, Facebook, email me, emails on my website, things like that. But, guys, SWAT's very difficult, and they are doing the best to cut angles, and we were working on calling people out that had already shot but put down their gun, people that were in closets with binoculars instead of a gun, and I mean, split-second decisions. Like when someone's trying to stab multiple people and someone else is soccer kicking someone's head in. Split-second decisions when someone already had a felony warrant for their arrest for rape and then showed up at the teenage girl's house and threatened her with a carabiner, I believe, to her neck, and then walked out with a carabiner knife that people says they're unarmed, and it goes at cops and says they're gonna, I think, said, you know, or, you know, anyway, going around to a car being non-compliant, you can't let them get in that vehicle to then, you know, pull out a weapon, a firearm more than a carabiner. I mean, already brandishing a weapon, and within, you know, we talked about this in another video in Adderall's interview, guys, like 30 feet or more. You don't, it's not the movies. I do action, like I do movies. I've been an actor in Stuntman, and there's some other stupid people because they lean that way because that's who makes their movies, acting like, well, my kung fu skills would just take. I'm like, you have no idea what real violence is, what a real knife attack is. Okay, so when there's a bad POS, you need some bad mofos willing to take care of that. These people that have multiple felony warrants, they've been prison time, they're bad people, they got murders, they got heads on them. wish more media people went to stuff like law enforcement, force on force. I'm not always happy with law enforcement either. I've had some videos on here with bad experiences on my YouTube channel, 2 very bad experiences, and I have a video of 1 very good experience when stuff started to go really bad. You know, riot season started, and you know, helped them get a felon that had a warrant out for his arrest on my street, and the other one unfortunately got away, but I was, you know, there participating. I have a video talking about that. I mean, a little bit, and you know, they showed up and they did what needed to be done, and you know, willing to go searching in the woods for the second guy. I mean, willing to risk their lives every day, maybe not go home to their wife or family or husband or whatever, you know. So I think this experience of you know, witnessing and participating in SWAT school really puts that in the level of training and precision, and even just you know, basic the beginning kind of class before you're actually an operator, and you see what we can do moving through a house versus guys clearing an incredibly huge structure in 40 seconds, showing us that a real dynamic today, which you don't always want to do, but there are certain situations where you do want to go hot, fast, dynamic, and to get to that level is really insane. And some of these instructors, I got a feeling some of their background has been protecting America's assets for a long time, some of them. Okay, so maybe show a bit more respect. I mean, like this guy gave me a ticket. I ain't so happy about their little trap that all day long. Working with a guy in the same department today who actually got hurt pretty bad today in training. And these kinds of things happen. I mean, not horribly bad, but probably a broken ankle or a torn ligament. More than likely, and like I said, my ankle hand is swollen, my knees are jacked, whatever. It's a big deal, you know. And even him in his department, he's like, yeah. I'm like, he knew exactly what I was talking about, and they just pull. I'm not happy about that. That's you know, that's like taxation. That's like collecting on people. I mean, I'm not happy about you know, all that kind of stuff. But the guys want to operate, the guys want to put their lives on the line, and even anyone wearing a uniform, especially nowadays where people are so brainwashed they think it's righteous to murder people, ambush them, or shoot them in the back of the head, and going on racist rants calling other people racist when they're obviously the incredibly racist one. The hypocrisy going on in this country and the world, and the NWO shit. Y'all need to wake the F up, okay? I'm amazed at what was 100, like 144,000 flu deaths a year, and then 238, something like that. Do I got my numbers wrong? It's something ridiculous. Like suddenly the flu's not around, but I'm getting a little off track. But guys, respect the blue that respects the actual rule of law, that respects the actual Constitution, the ones that don't abuse. And there are some that will pull someone over and make up a BS story. And one of the cops told me about another cop pulling him over and trying that BS. He's like, oh, whoa, dude. I mean, but the ones that respect, you got to have reasonable suspicion or probable cause. Respect someone's Fourth Amendment right unless they have actually broken a law. You know, things like that, which most of them are good. I don't like the tax collection, but you know, the ones willing to go into harm, whether that's our military or law enforcement, whether that's our firefighters, EMTs, first responders. I mean, that's a risk too. I went through a fire academy after 9/11. I went in the military very, you know, briefly but honorably as soon as I graduated from high school. So anyway, guys, hope you will support Dan the Wolfman Does SWAT Academy, or whatever you want to call it, and take care of everybody, and, you know, just think a little bit. Thank you.